When we observe behaviors associated with increased risk, we can intervene early and stop substance misuse before it starts. But what should you be looking for? And what's an appropriate response if you see it? In this video, we'll review behaviors to watch for, resources for accessing support, and clarify the risks of early initiation of substance use and peer influences. School staff are often the first people to notice problem behaviors with students. By making a referral to a student assistance program team, school counselor, or other support person, you can be our first line of defense for helping a young person avoid a substance use disorder. Within the school setting, teachers are most likely to notice academic risk behaviors first. It's important to keep in mind that poor academic performance, poor memory, disorganization, incomplete work, or distractibility may be signs that a student needs a non-academic assessment and support from a mental health professional. School staff often observe risk behaviors related to social skills. These behaviors include physical or verbal aggression, poor conflict resolution skills, inability to accept authority, and poor response to disciplinary measures. While these behaviors raise safety concerns and may result in disciplinary action, they are often a sign that mental health intervention is needed rather than consequences that further disrupt the student's connection with the school. A less noticeable type of behavior relates to students' lack of confidence. Behaviors in this category can include lack of social connections, difficulty coping with new situations, lack of participation in activities, and chronic absenteeism. These behaviors are more difficult to observe and respond to due to their quieter and less disruptive nature, but they indicate serious risk. Students with these behaviors can benefit from assessment and early intervention as much as students with more socially oriented issues. Even if all of these observable risk behaviors are absent, it is important for school staff and parents to know that substance misuse is not a normal rite of passage for an adolescent. Marijuana, alcohol, tobacco, or other drug use at an early age predicts future substance use disorders and other poor outcomes such as school failure, unplanned pregnancy, violence, and delinquency. Students who are experimenting may lack important skills and knowledge and have misperceptions or harmful attitudes about substances. In an experiment to examine age differences in risky decision-making, early adolescents, late adolescents, and adults were tested on a computerized driving chicken game. Participants played the game either alone or with two same-aged peers. When tested alone, the participants from each of the three age groups engaged in a similar amount of risk-taking. However, when they played the game with their peers, early adolescents scored twice as high on an index of risky driving. Late adolescents were approximately 50% riskier when they played the game with their peers, and adults showed no difference in risky driving related to social context. Peer relationships are central in the lives of adolescents and can strongly influence substance use behaviors. Failure to address one young person's experimentation with substance use can lead to a growing circle of adolescent substance users and increase the risk that one or several of them will develop a substance use disorder or addiction. Early intervention for at-risk students is one of the most effective substance misuse prevention strategies. School staff are critical partners in identifying youth who are at risk and referring them to the Student Assistance Program or other school resources to link them to professional mental health and substance use disorder assessment and services. School staff can follow up with at-risk youth to maintain positive relationships and a connection to the school community.